INXS, the podcast that uses your votes to determine the most totally 80s song ever to play through the terrible speakers in the ceiling of your local convenience store. Ours in Ellsworth, Ohio was called Country Pantry. In Cleveland, Ohio, I'm Keith Marstiller. Joining me from Seattle, Washington, it's the creator of the 80s, my longtime friend, my co-host. For years, I thought his name was Let's Just Be Friends. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Walk. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Keith, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Keith, I'm fucking giddy, man.
Oh, really? I'd love to hear it. What's got you so excited?
As we record this, we are a little over 1 week away from Inauguration Day. I am so excited to have Donald Trump back in charge of our country.
Really?
After 4 years of Crooked Joe, praise Jesus that we have someone in the White House who cares about the little guy.
Joe, is someone holding a gun to your head?
Keith, I'm just excited to see how President Trump is going to fix our broken immigration system. That's all.
Joe, I can see you on the monitor. Blink twice if someone else is in the room with you.
Nope, it's just me and my love for President Trump.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that's.
Keith, they've got my kids. They took them. They said there's no more criticism allowed. They've got my boys.
All right. Look, man, don't panic. I'm booking a flight right now. You and me, we're getting your kids back.
Thanks, brother.
Don't mention it. But hey, my flight doesn't leave for a while, so why don't we crank out this episode before I head to the airport?
That sounds good.
All right, great. Yeah. Wow. A powerful opening, Joe. You really, those theater chops have never been more evident than today. Wait till you hear it back. Wait till you hear that one back. I'm gonna put that one in your audition reel for sure.
All right, I will do that.
Well, folks, welcome back to the 80s.
Welcome back and happy Inauguration Week.
Oh, Jesus. Today, the week when we lose half our listeners. No, today, in our 48th show of Side B, we're going to discuss the first two matchups in the second round of the Foreigners.
Still without Foreigner.
Thank you, Joseph. Region. And these are going to be some of the hardest votes we've had to make to date on this show either season. This, especially this first one. I literally do not know what I'm going to say at the end of this segment, but let's get to it in the tail of the tape. Bye.
2 songs enter, 1 song leaves.
It's the tail of the tape. He's out.
Our number 1 seed, West End Girls, was a massive number 1 hit for British synth pop duo Pet Shop Boys in 1986. To arrive here, it had to beat one of our personal favorites, 16 seed Just Like Heaven by The Cure. And it did so, securing 64% of the vote in a heart-wrenching matchup.
Yeah, Denny, I'm sorry about that one, pal. Another one of those matchups, just like the OMD matchup, the Pretty in Pink matchup. That was tough.
Sometimes life hands you these things, man.
Yes. Well, also arriving here is 8 seed Something About You by Cool as Fuck British band Level 42. And that song reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 in June of 1986. Now, to survive and advance, Level 42 snuck past Cutting Crew in their 9 seed, I Just Died in Your Arms, taking 59, with Level 42 taking 59% of the ballot there.
Well,
so,
that there was a quality parenthesis, Keith.
Thanks, buddy. So we've got expected songs, a 1 and an 8. They were not upset for once in one of the brackets, which have been a lot of big upsets. 1 seeds falling left and right. But West End Girls has made it to the next round. Something About You has made it to the next round.
Whew.
Yeah. You got any idea where you're going with your vote before I play these things?
I'm going to listen to both of these songs and make up my mind as we go.
All right, well, here's West End Girls.
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, with the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, with the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls.
Gonna let this one play for a sec.
I'm down with that.
Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters, too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it, do you get it? If so, how often? Which do you choose, a hard or soft option? In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls.
All right, that's West End Girls, and now we'll jump straight into Something About You.
How can it be that a love carved out of caring, fashioned by fate, would suffer so hard from the games played once too often? But making mistakes is a part of life's imperfections. Born after years, is it so wrong to be human after all? Drawn into the stream of undefined illusion, those darling dreams, they can't disguise the truth that there is something about you, baby, so right. I wouldn't be without you, baby, tonight.
All right, so there's a similar amount of Something About You, and, well, I guess we're going to have to talk about these songs, and one of them is Going Home, which is unfortunate. It seems a little early for either of these songs, but let's find out how these songs even got here. I think my dead grandmother would have picked more 80s songs than you, Joe.
It's too blind.
I gotta be honest, Keith, I'd rather listen to a wet fart.
All right, who's to
Okay.
blame, Joe?
So, our number one seed West End Girls comes in here with 16 points. 12 of them are from me. 4 of them are from you. So, really high ranking. Joint responsibility. This is the song with the third lowest points for a song in the entire tourney.
Wow. All right. So, yeah, it's a big expected winner for both of us.
Powerhouse.
Unsimilarly, 8 seed Something About You comes in with 78 points. 65 of those from Joe, who did not rank this song, but 13 from me, who put it in his top 20 here, and that is 100% my responsibility for this song. So we'll see, now that we know who kind of brought what here. You know, for me, these are both really high.
Yep.
For you, only one of them is, but maybe Something About You has grown on you in terms of its 80s-ness. We'll find out. Actually, let's find out if you like these songs, which...
That's the way it has to be, 'cause that's the way I like it.
I gotta be honest, this song fucking blows, Joe.
That's the way it has
All right,
to be,
we're
'cause
gonna
that's the
start
way
off the
I
discussion
like
with
it.
1 seed West End Girls. Joe, how do you feel about that one?
I love this song. I mean, this is one of my favorite 80s songs. You know, I ranked it 12, but, you know, in my heart, it's even higher. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I ranked it 4, and I mean, that's because of how much I identify it with that decade.
Yeah.
But in addition to it being really 80s, I fucking love the song. It never gets old.
Yep.
I could listen to it over and over again.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
What about Something About You?
Well, Something About You is it's like an upper echelon tier song for me. It's even I love it even more than I love West End Girls in terms of the love of it.
Okay.
And we can talk about that. I've talked about it in the past. We'll talk a little more in the arguments. What about you and Something About You?
I like it a lot. I feel like I have grown to like it more over the course of this tournament. Mm-hmm. I did not rank it because it wasn't in my head, but I remember it from back then, and I like it. Cool.
All right. Well, and you know, I don't know if it made the year-end charts that you were perusing for most of your, you know, because it was a number 7. It wasn't as big a hit as West End Girls.
Right.
So. All right. Well, now we know who's to blame. We know who likes what. And now, I guess, all rise.
All rise for his honor. Can you answer
And
the question?
it's time for us to argue out, or at least discuss out, why these songs should advance or not advance.
Okay.
And so, I'll give you the first word on this, if you'd like.
All right. Let me. So I'll go ahead and take West End Girls' side here.
All right.
First. West End Girls should advance because Pet Shop Boys were one of the preeminent acts of the 80s. They had such a distinctive sound, and this is the biggest song from a huge band, iconic in the decade. That's why they should go on.
They had, yes, several other hits. And then for those who were fans, they had several other songs that might not have been hits that were also great songs, right?
Yep.
And their video, the appearance of their second member, whose name has escaped me. You know, that guy who's in, not Neil Tennant, the other dude.
Chris Lowe.
Chris Lowe, thank you.
Yeah.
Chris Lowe's appearance in the video notwithstanding, he just kind of wanders around and stands in the background.
That's
kind of
right.
funny. But, yeah, this is a powerhouse band making powerhouse sounds, changing the way music sounded in the 80s.
Yep.
For sure has a strong case. Now, if I were to take up for Something About You,
Right.
they've got, holy crap, that sound. I mean, they are almost as programmed as sounding as Pet Shop Boys. And their lead singer has got an ultimately cool sounding voice.
He does. It's true.
You know, sounds, and they've got some of the best background vocals in the business, or, you know, counter counter melodies, whatever you want to call it, in the kind of call and response in the middle of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. I personally have experiential stuff with this, with one of my first girlfriends, and, that particular time of my life there, it was a very big song for me. But West End Girls, I have experiential stuff with that, and our friend Steve, who used to drive around almost hitting things while listening to this song. He was a terrible, terrible driver back then.
One hopes that he has improved in the intervening years.
He had to have. I don't know how my parents let me ride anywhere with him. Yeah.
I will point out that, I almost got us into a wreck one time. So maybe your friends were just all bad drivers.
Well, I wouldn't say you were a bad driver. You were attempting to save the life of a dog who was in our path, and we put us in the ditch, and we were unhurt for the most part. Yeah. So,
I will say, I succeeded in saving the life of that dog.
That dog lived. We lived. The only thing that didn't live was your dad's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lived, but it needed some major surgery.
Yeah. So at least it was close enough to my house that we could walk.
That's right.
There. So, but anyway, I can see a path to voting for either of these. Like, in some cases, I'm like, there's just nobody who should vote for song X,
Right.
And like, there have been a couple of times when we've speculated this might be 100-0,
I don't see that here.
But here, I think West End Girls is probably the favorite, but I can see the path for Something About You. If you watch that video, the look of that video, the look of the band, the style, right? And the style of the sound.
Yeah.
That very kind of sophisticated jazzy pop type sound that they had is, I also love a couple of their songs, Lesson in Love. And
right.
So, yeah, Level 42 for me in my life was very 80s. Maybe not as much in yours, though. What do you think?
Definitely not. Most of Level 42's other songs were not prominent in my life, but a whole bunch of Pet Shop Boys songs that hit right with me at one point or another. So the band, definitely Pet Shop Boys is more in my wheelhouse. Although again, I do appreciate how 80s Something About You is.
Yes, and I did have the album, the Level 42 album World Machine that this song was on. So I probably heard, well, I should be more specific with my language. I had the cassette.
Right.
I didn't have it on vinyl because I didn't have a record player. Anyway, did you have either of these? You obviously didn't have Level 42. Did you end up having the Pet Shop Boys tape?
I did not have Pet Shop Boys. I just exposure through constant listening to FM radio.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. All right, do you feel like you have a direction to go for this vote?
Yeah, I'm all set.
All right, well, I'll give you a light smattering of bongos.
Oh, but I think you're going first here.
And then I will be going first, because it is an odd matchup, odd seed that's the favorite. Oh, yeah. Well, I will start off by saying there's really no wrong vote here, because
I concur.
Either of these songs advance. I want them both to advance. That's not usually the case.
Nope.
In this case, it is the case. I think I will, since I find the technical aspects of them pretty close with I think, a slight edge to Pet Shop Boys in the sound of being more 80s sounding. I'm going to go Level 42 to go with my experiential, at least this one more time. I'm going to vote Level 42 and Something About You.
That is a respectable vote.
Yeah.
I personally am going the other way. My vote goes to Pet Shop Boys and West End Girls because I love me a divey ba.
Yes.
In a West End town.
There is something about that song, isn't there? Man, they're both so good. But there we are. We split on the first matchup. Now, will we
All right.
split on this second matchup? Well, first, let's find out who made it. Fight!
2 songs enter. 1 song leaves.
All right, and there's Tail of the Tape.
In our second matchup, number 4 seed Never Tear Us Apart by Australian band INXS was a hit in the summer of 1988 and charted at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 to make its way to the second round. Never Tear Us Apart beat the excellent song Forever Young, the 13 seed, by Alphaville, and did so much more handily than the matchup seemed to imply, with NXS winning 82% of the vote.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a lot closer vote than
It
80
did.
to 18. Yeah. Whew.
The vibes were not 82%.
Could have been an anti-German thing. I don't know. Forever Young. Anyway, farewell, Forever Young. Great tune. Meanwhile, who will Never Tear Us Apart play? Well, it turns out 5 seed, The Look, by Swedish phenomenon Roxette, has advanced. Now, that song is from January of 1989 and charted at number 1 in 26 countries,
26.
including here on our Billboard Hot 100. Now, to get to the next round, Roxette handled their business against the ultra-cool British new wave band New Order, narrowly defeating their incredible 12-seed Bizarre Love Triangle. A lot closer there. The Look got 54% of the vote.
It was a squeaker.
And another bitter disappointment for Denny. And so...
I feel like that's what this whole tournament is about, really.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
like
letting him
Monday,
down.
bitter disappointment for Denny. Wednesday, bitter disappointment for Denny. Friday, oh shit, Denny has to listen to hair metal for an hour.
Poor bastard.
The things he'll do for us. We appreciate you, man. All right. So that's the tail of the tape. Now we're going to, listen to both of these songs, kind of their little weigh-in, if you will, and we'll kind of start with INXS and Never Tear Us Apart.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart. We could live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never, ever tear us apart.
All right, that's a good size half of that song. And
All right.
now, belt yourself in. You're going to get slapped with some Swedish synth right now.
Walking like a man, hitting like a hammer. She's a juvenile scam. Never was a quitter, tasted like a raindrop. She's got the look Something is a color, a loving is a wild dog. She's got the look. 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 What in the world can make a brown-eyed girl turn blue? When everything I'll ever do, I do for you. And I go la 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 la. She's got the look. Fire in the eyes, naked to the tumor is a lover's disguise. Banging on the head drum, shaking like a mad bull. She's got the look. Swaying through the band, moving like a hammer. She's a miracle man. Loving is the ocean, kissing is the wet sand. She's got the look. 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 What in the world can make a brown-eyed girl turn blue? When everything I'll ever do, I do for you. And I go la 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 la. She's got the look.
All right. Let's not forget that this song has that amazing hidden false ending in it.
I do for you. And I go la 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 la.
So anyway, there are a couple of pieces of each of those tail of the tape. Let's find out how these guys got to us. Joe, did you think the assignment was 1880s?
It's too blind.
Keith, I have to seriously question your level of taste here. All right, number 4 seed, Never Tear Us Apart, comes in with 35 points. I had it ranked at number 6, and then it got 29 points from you. So joint responsibility, but more me.
Absolutely. All right. And similarly, The Look came in with 49 points. This was the next seed down, 4 versus 5 here. So, Joe, you gave this Roxette song 16 points. I gave it 33. So, again, joint responsibility. But, again, like by about 17 or 18 more, it's more you again. So,
Yep.
these are ones we both agreed should be in here, but you had them both ranked a little higher. So,
I did.
keeping that in mind, let's find out if you like either of these
That's the
songs.
way it has to be, 'cause that's the way I like it.
Keith, I love this song.
Oh, that's awesome, man. All right, so let's start with Joe. Do you like Never Tear Us Apart?
I absolutely love this song. It is one of my probably top 10 favorite songs of all times, not just 80s songs. I
Oh,
love it.
wow. Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, I love it. I wouldn't necessarily put it in my all-time top 10, but I do love the song. Every time I hear it, it's just got some kind of presence. It has something for sure that's different, and I love it. And
What about The Look?
I'm sitting there jamming along with it. I guess The Look is all right. I don't hate The Look for sure. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that I go around playing Roxette songs all the time, but they were a phenomenon. What about you and The Look?
Yeah, I like that song. It's a solid like for me.
All right, there we go. So, I would never turn it, and I am sitting there doing that banging on the head drum thing, and playing the cool false ending for you. So,
Right.
I guess I think it's a circumstantial like, given the times. Anyway, that's where we're at. And now, if you would like to rise for your honor.
All rise for his honor.
And
You
then
answer the question.
time to discuss which one of these should move forward. Now, these songs sound very, very, very different.
They do, and yet they both sound very, very 80s to me.
Yeah. The Look, if you recall, came about from a guy buying a new machine, not knowing what he was doing,
Right.
and fucking around with it until he came up with that beat, and then threw in another dozen snare drum on top of it until it became this insane sound that is super fucking 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
And, the lady from the band was supposed to sing it, but couldn't pull it off. They gave it to the guy who was not supposed to be the star,
Right, right.
But the sound, man, her powerful voice as the kind of rejoinder to his.
Yeah. No, I mean, the pairing those voices together, the drum machines, the guitar to me sounds very 80s.
Oh, yeah. It's got that kind of, that jangly kind of, bam, ba-dow. Yeah, I mean, that's some kind of, I wish we knew more about how guitars and amps and effects worked, right?
Say, what? Wouldn't it be great if this show is hosted by, musicians
who knew things?
Shit?
Yeah. I know stuff about audio processing, but I don't know stuff about guitars,
I know stuff about DC comic books from about 1985 to 1992. That's what I know.
Strong detail. But what you do know, Joe, is from listening to thousands of songs, you can match this one sounds like this one. And there's enough that sound like this for you to say that guitar sounds 80s. You don't have to be a guitar expert to be and explain why you think that to think
You're
that.
right. Fuck the haters.
Now, never tear us apart, though. I mean, INXS is a band that very easily could make it into the Legends bracket, possibly.
Well, yeah. Except, so all right. So they were huge, right? They were huge.
Yeah.
But they did not last much beyond the 80s because of the death of Michael Hutchence.
They had a massive album in '91, I think, with Kick. Right? Was that? Or was it X? X was 91, right? Yeah. And so they do transcend the decade a little bit, but like you're saying, because he passed away, it does kind of cut that band's lifespan short. But regardless of whether they'll be in Legends or not, they're legendary to a lot of their fans. They had a great 4-album run of just tons and tons of big hits.
That's true. They were a hit factory.
And this song has the incredibly all synth opening. If you're into that kind of sound, and so it's synthy. It's not as layered and maybe overproduced as the look,
right?
But it definitely sets a mood, and experientially, it takes me back to that time.
Oh, 100%. See, here's the thing: experientially, this is in my top five definitely, because this was a Wallow song, and a great Wallow song.
I like that. And whereas the look, more of a dance track, right? Not really up your alley
Which I did not do.
This would have been a hit your senior year in high school, probably playing at dances. I don't know. I was gone.
I don't remember this one at dances.
Yeah. So
I mean, I remember a lot of, George Michael, stuff, Brian Adams' Journey kind of crap playing at dances.
Yeah.
I don't remember the look, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just wasn't tuned in.
So yeah, a lot going on here. I can make an argument, maybe not against Never Tear Us Apart, but it's such a good song, and that synth could easily be people playing actual, a couple of folks playing some strings.
Yeah, you're saying it doesn't call attention to itself as synth.
That's right. And it could very much be from another era and still have been popular, I think. But there's still the vocal processing and a sound and the experience of it. Mm-hmm. But when you're splitting it this fine, I have to try to look for something.
I get it.
To change my vote one way or the other. Because I come in loving Never Tear Us Apart way more, and I'm trying to see past that and look at the insane 80s-ness of this. and all this.
Look, it's very, very 80s.
Yeah.
This is another one where I think,
Yeah.
A vote either way is not, ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is another situation where we had favorites winning again. So
Right.
far, coming down this bracket, it's what they call in the basketball world chalk. The winners, the higher seeds are winning in this bracket, which has not been true very much at all in the other brackets. So
That's true.
We got 1, 8, 4, and 5. If chalk were to hold, it would be 1 against 4 in the next round. It would be, Pet Shop Boys against INXS in the next round here. So,
Right.
But we'll see. Are you, my friend, ready to make a verdict on this? Because you will be going first in this round. Do you think
I'm
you're
all
ready?
set, Keith. I'm all ready.
Woo! Number 4 seed by INXS is even, so Joe is going to give us his verdict first.
All those bongos. All right. Well, from everything I've said, I think you can pretty much guess. I am throwing my support to INXS, and 4 seed never tear us apart.
That's absolutely a great thing to do with a vote. That's a beautiful, perfect fucking 80s song, in my opinion. Sitting here listening to them, coming in, I glanced at the show sheet and thought, all right, well, that's INXS all the way. Yeah. Listening to them with my eyes closed, I'm changing my vote to the look based on production alone.
I thought you might.
And it was going to be Never Tear Us Apart, but I just keep thinking that I have to have a kid listen to this and say, this is the 80s, kid.
Oh, man, but here's the thing. I could play Never Tear Us Apart and tell my kid, hey, your dad did a lot of crying to that song when he was your age. So, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, there you go. So that's 2 splits, right? Yes.
2 splits.
We've
but
split.
Our listeners might feel differently, and they will let us know by going to our Substack. We are the80sest.substack.com. We're still on Facebook. Find us there.
Find us on social media, the 80s podcast. We are on all the podcast providers, including Spotify. Search for the 80s-S. I feel like there's an echo in here. Let me try that again. Find us on Spotify. Yeah, wow, that is a cool sounding echo.
Wow.
I wish that would just follow me around in real
That's
life.
one sexy echo.
So we appreciate all of the subscribing, all of the liking, checking out our region lists. It's all fun for everyone. And, something we don't say often, for those of you who do subscribe, in the email you get, there's a big old share publication. Share the 80sist.
Yep.
Click that button, shoot us off to a high school friend who you think would get into this.
Or a high school enemy who might not like hair metal.
Wow, yeah, just to torture
Right?
them. Yeah, that's awesome. So
Listen to this, you fuck.
So we appreciate all you guys listening, and but that's all for today's show. And we hope you will join us again next time on the 80sist when we're going to finish up the second round here in the Foreigners.
Still without foreigner.
Thank you, Joseph. Region. And until then, on behalf of Joe Wack, this has been Keith Marsteller saying, hey, Joe, grab your helmet and aviators. We got to move, man.
Move where?
Well, I'm going to have the Bell 222A out on the helipad in a few minutes, man. We got to go fight crime.
Wait, you have a Bell 222A now? I mean, I knew you guys were doing okay, but... Sorry, wait, what's a Bell 222A?
Look, Joe, Stringfellow Hawk is going to pilot us. I just need someone else, you, to help me fight crime in this kick-ass helicopter. Come on.
Keith, the actor who played Stringfellow Hawk, Jan Michael Vincent, died in 2019.
Oh, that's tragic news, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to get Dominic Santini on the horn. He actually owns the chopper. He'll get Caitlin O'Shaughnessy to pilot for us. I mean, as sad as that is.
Oh, okay. You're going to need to sit down for this one, man. But so, the actor who played Santini, the great Ernest Borgnine died in 2012.
Oh, what?
Jean Bruce Scott is a retired actress who played pilot Caitlin O'Shaughnessy, but she never piloted a craft in real life.
Oh, no, not Santini.
Yeah.
But Joe, man, this copter is so cool. It comes with its own completely baller theme song that plays whenever it flies past.
Keith, this is not your real life. You're talking about the 80s CBS show Airwolf. Are you looking for a reason to play the theme song? Because this is half your show, man. You could just, play it.
No, I'm literally fighting crime in a heli... Yeah, okay. I just want to play it, man. It's so cool.
No doubt. I mean, almost as cool as Knight Rider in my book.
Shout out to Jan Michael Vincent, wherever you are! I just airwolfed you, bro. How do you feel about that? Did you ever see Airwolf?
I did catch a few episodes. I think I might have preferred ABC's Blue Thunder.
Yeah, they were like twin shows. Yeah. Airwolf, my opinion, had the superior theme song.
I couldn't pick the Blue Thunder theme out of a lineup. But
well, don't worry.
A young Dana Carvey starred on that show. So.
Oh, no way. I don't think I realized that.
Yeah.
I will have to get Blue Thunder in a future show.
I mean, you don't have to.
But I don't remember it either, so we'll give it a whirl.
Okay.
All right. Well, happy Airwolf to you. I don't know what to say.
Happy Airwolf to all who celebrate.
All right. Good night.
Bye.